I will now be reading chapter 8 of the book of Genesis from the King James Version of the Bible. Chapter 8. And God remembered Noah, and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained. And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days the waters were abated. And the ark rested in the 7th month on the 17th day of the month upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month on the 1st day of the month were the tops of the mountains seen. And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven which went forth to and fro, until the waters were dried up from the earth. Also he sent forth a dove from him, to see if the waters were abated off the face of the ground. But the dove found no rest for the sole of her foot, and she returned unto him into the ark. For the waters were on the face of the whole earth. Then he put forth his hand, and took her, and pulled her in unto him into the ark. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and again he sent forth a dove out of the ark. And the dove came into him in the evening, and lo, in her mouth was an olive leaf plucked off. So Noah knew that the waters were abated from off the earth. And he stayed yet another 7 days, and sent forth the dove, which returned not again unto him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, was the earth dried. And God spake unto Noah, saying, Go forth of the ark, thou and thy wife and thy sons' wives with thee. Bring forth every living thing that is with thee, of all flesh both of fowl and cattle, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, that they may breed abundantly in the earth, and be fruitful and multiply upon the earth. And Noah went forth, and his wife and his sons' wives with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every fowl, and whatsoever creepeth upon the earth after their kinds, went forth out of the ark. And Noah builded an altar unto the Lord, and took every clean beast and every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled a sweet savor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again curse the ground any more for man's sake, for the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth, neither will I again smite any more everything living, as I have done, while the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Okay, now that I've read chapter 8 of the book of Genesis, here are my thoughts. Okay, another very short chapter. So what happened was after the waters stopped on the 150th day, they started to lower, and the ark landed on Mount Ararat, which is a real place that really exists, and supposedly the ark is up there. However, that has been contested. It's believed by some that the original Hebrew translations weren't talking about Mount Ararat specifically, but instead just the mountain region that it's a part of. Many people have searched for the ark up at Mount Ararat and have failed, so we have no idea if it's up there. Also, for anyone wondering, you can't go up there now. It's a military zone and therefore is off limits. But anyway, back on track. After the ark lands on Mount Ararat, Noah sends out a dove, and it brings back nothing the first time. But eventually it brings back an olive branch, which means that the waters have lowered enough that plants are starting to grow. And soon Noah's family and the animals in the ark leave, and Noah builds an altar for God, and uses clean animals and birds as offerings. Are these the same clean animals and birds brought on the ark in sevens from the previous chapters? Maybe, but it's never actually said if they are. I don't know. Then God promises that he will never destroy all life again. He also mentions that humans have an evil streak in them since youth, and that he can't really stop them from doing bad. Basically, God realizes that he can't just wipe the slate clean, and then humans will be good again. There's always going to be some evil. And in later chapters, he punishes a lot of evil dudes. So it's not like a get-out-of-jail-free card or anything. It just means that humans tend to be pretty cruel just in general, and God realizes that he can't exactly stop them from being evil. And here are just a couple of things that I found kind of interesting. One, it says that God assuaged the waters. Basically, that just means that he calmed them. Assuaged literally just means to calm or pacify something. And then there are some months thrown around on how long the ark was up on Mount Ararat before the waters lowered. Now, when the book of Genesis was written, Egypt ran off of a 365-day calendar like we do. They just didn't have leap years, and therefore years are a little bit different, but overall the same. Months differ a ton. During the Roman Empire, January and February were added to the Roman calendar. So when the Bible is talking about the 7th month, they're actually talking about September, not July, which means when it says the waters dried up on the 1st month, it's talking about what we would now know as March and not January. These added months are also why October, despite being spelled with an oct, which means 8, is the 10th month of the year. It just got pushed up a couple of spots when January and February were added. And that's all I've got for Chapter 8. I hope you had fun, and see you tomorrow.